Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Just to really give you a bit of update. Yesterday was good news. Apparently, 137 out of 207 Nigerian students were freed. What of the remaining 150? That's what we need to understand. We need to hear the plans of the state and federal on remaining 150 students. That's what we heard. However, let us listen to the news before the release. Let us listen to the news. Let's listen to that. Let us listen to that. Okay, so let's listen to the news. Sorry, 1 second, please. I'll just get there, and then here we will hear the news prior to them being released. So, this is what the news that we got, okay? Listen to this news. Listen intently, please. Listen intently. This is what the news we got.
7 pupils have been kidnapped by bandits.
So let's hear again.
287 pupils have been kidnapped by bandits in Kaduna State from a...
You heard that. 287. Let's listen to it again. Listen.
No fewer than 287 pupils have been kidnapped by bandits in Kaduna State from a primary and secondary school in Kuriga, Chikun local government area of the state. Now, a member of the vigilante service was killed in the process. Governor of the state, Ubasani, who visited the village on Thursday evening, assured the people of government's commitment to ensuring the safe return of the kidnapped pupils. Our correspondent Lupe Asum has details.
So let us hear what he said.
Bandit attacks on schools have always happened at night, but this time around in broad daylight. The primary and secondary schools in Kuringa, Chikun local government area of Kaduna State, was invaded around 7:45 a.m. Sani Abdullahi, a teacher at the school with a capacity of over 700 students, narrates how a few of them narrowly escaped after the bandits surrounded their school, ordering them to march into the bush. Providing a breakdown, Abdullahi informed the governor that a total of 287 students were kidnapped, with 187 of them from the secondary. And
did you hear that? 187 from the secondary. You heard that?
100 from the primary.
100 from the primary. You see, you're hearing all of that now, right? You're hearing that. You're hearing that. Okay. And listen to what the governor said afterwards.
Governor Obasani's visit brought comfort to the distressed and mourning community. He reassured them of government's commitment to ensuring the safe return of every kidnapped child.
What I can say here is that by the grace of God, under my able leadership, we will try as much as possible to ensure that every child returns. By the grace of God, inshallah. We are doing our best. I'm going to work with the community leaders. I want to work with the traditional leaders here, as well as the youth, to ensure that every child returns back home by the grace of God.
There was an emotional moment when the village head tearfully pleaded for the deployment of security forces to their community. Meanwhile, in Kafanchang, a student from Kaduna State University was kidnapped on Wednesday.
Okay, so you heard that now. Now let us listen to what the same governor said on the release. Let us listen. Here we go. Listen to this. On Channels News, listen to this. That was on TVC, now on Channels News. Let's listen to this. Because it's very important that we ask questions. I really think it's important that we ask questions. I really do think so. 1 second, please. Make sure I get that right. Yeah. I want to make sure that we ask questions. Okay. So, let us listen to what it said now. Listen to this few minutes.
And our children are back home safely. And we thank God.
So much of a good news. I don't know how much joy now we will be finding in some of these families. Some of them who may not even be able to eat in the past weeks that these have happened. But give us an understanding. 287, those are the figures that we know that we're taking from Kuriga 2 weeks ago. But how many do we have? Do we have all the 287 now?
There was nobody that ever confirmed that the children were 287. Of course, as the governor of Kaduna State, at the beginning, of course, I visited the community and nobody came with any specific figure, but as a governor, I listened to most of the media coming up with figures, and I...
No, it wasn't the media that came with the figures. Guys, let me show you something. 1 second. We need to go. We have to be specific about this. No. We're not going to have that. We're not going to have that argument made like that. I want you to listen to this village head. The village head said it. Listen now. Listen here.
Primary school sun rasa 125 amma 25 sun dawo yanzu da haka. To abin da za mu iya cewa mu an tafi da su.
Governor Obasani's visit brought
Let me go back again.
the governor that a total Abdullahi informed the governor that a total of 287 students were kidnapped.
Did you hear that? Abdullahi, the guy with this phone, with the mic, confirmed that a total of 287 children were kidnapped. It wasn't the press. This wasn't the press. The press had nothing to do with this, governor. The press had nothing to do with this. In the same meeting, we need to be very, very clear about this. We should be able to ask questions. If it means that we're going to do this on the live broadcast again, we will ask questions. Listen to the guy again. Listen.
Breakdown. Abdullahi informed the governor that a total of 287 students were kidnapped, with 187 of them from the secondary and 100 from the primary.
So 187 from the secondary and 100 from the primary. From the lips of the village heads, not the press. So now let us hear what he's now saying here, because I think it's important to check things out. So let us hear what he's saying here. Listen again. He talked about the press.
I listened to most of the media coming up with
most of the media. The media only said what the village head said there. 287. 187 from the secondary, 100 from the primary. That's what the village head said.
Because, and I knew even at that time that the figures were not correct.
So why didn't you say?
Because I have been interfacing with the school authority. We have the register. We have
the school, the people. Let me go back again. So guys, so that we need to be very, very factual. We cannot let this go like that. Now listen again.
Total of 287 students were...
Hang on, go back again.
It surrounded their school, ordering them to march into the bush. Providing a breakdown, Abdullahi informed the governor that a total of 287 students were kidnapped.
Providing a breakdown, Abdullahi informed the governor that 287 students were kidnapped,
with 187 of them from the secondary and 100 from the primary.
Did you see that? Did you see that? That is what Abdullahi said. So what is the governor saying here? The governor was there listening. No challenges, no dispute of the figures, none of that. So what is governor saying?
Everything we have the record in Kaduna. So, but you see, at that critical time, I didn't want to join issue with anyone in terms of numbers. What is more important to me as a governor is the self-return of the children. Today, I'm happy they are back safely. They're in high spirit. But those numbers were just figment of some people's imaginations, which they just went to the media and reported that the figures were that. Of course, I remember when I visited the community on that very day, of course, some people within the community who have no records just came out and said that the figures were 280 something, 87, thereabout. But of course, at that time, as a leader, I shouldn't bother myself about figures or numbers. What is more important is the return of the children. Today, I met the families with the children. They confirmed to me that the numbers given by the military are the correct numbers. So for me, it's more important because when some people who have no connection with the situation decided to politicize the issue, decided to try to undermine.
This is nothing to do with politicizing. The guy stood in front of you.
The effort of the armed forces, the security agencies. Some of us ignore those kind of propaganda. But today I'm happy. The families are happy. The community.
Of course, we're indeed happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that if all of them have been released, in, as you say, that's fine. But the figures that, and you were there, so it's very, very. We have to just question that middle. You know, I know you said that. You know, so as a governor, as a people, as those of you watching, do you accept the statement made by the governor? Judging by the antecedents of Nigerian governors, can we rely on their statements? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be, facetious or anything. I'm just trying to ask a direct question. Can we trust them? Do you trust those figures? But let's listen on for a few more minutes.
The government is happy. We're all happy. I want to thank particularly those that pray for the separation of the children. And here we are. They are safely back. That's more important.
That's very important indeed. But can you clarify, for the sake of having the correct information, how many people are we talking about here?
Of course, if you listen to what the Nigerian army said, exactly 137 children were released, and that is a number. But I can say here, sadly, it's only one person that have not returned, and that is the teacher. And of course, that is a fact of the matter. But all the 137 children are safely back. We had an unfortunate incident that the teacher couldn't make it because he had some complications. He was sick. That was what the report we got from the military and security agencies. But the rest of the children, all of them, have come back home safely. They are with us.
We are hearing that from the statement from the DHQ, the Defense Headquarters, saying 76 of them are females, 61 of them are males, and they are between the ages of 8 and 15. Give us, I know this must have been some sleepless night for you, but kudos to the men and women in the security forces, officials in your government and the federal government who have worked together tirelessly to get these people home. Give us an understanding of what this was all about. How much of effort led to this success?
So let me say it clearly, that of course that's why I'm really happy with the level of commitment by the head of security agencies in Nigeria. They supported us from the beginning. Like I said in my own statement, we had sleepless nights. From the day the incident happened, I can tell you I approached virtually everyone that can help us. I visited the National Security Advisor several times. I visited the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of the Air Staff, the Commissioner, the Inspector of Police, and the DGSSS. Even a few days ago, I was with him. And of course, not to talk of Mr. President, that I always compare us with Mr. President virtually on a daily basis, twice or thrice on a daily basis. So Mr. President also was very supportive from the beginning. And of course, we decided to handle the situation very discreetly because we try as much as possible not to jeopardize the lives of the children. Because some people at a certain point wanted to politicize the whole issue, and we felt, look, that was really unfortunate for anybody to jeopardize the lives of our children because of politics. So we try to encourage the security forces to be more focused, to be more determined, and I'm happy they work closely together. It's a matter of working as a team. And of course, I want to also thank the community. They supported us. That is more important, including the parents of the children. You are very supportive. They believe in what we are doing. I speak with them virtually on a daily basis. And of course, they were in very, very high spirit that they believe that my leadership, these children will certainly come back home safely. I'm happy today they're back home. Remember in our last interview 2 days ago, I assured you by the grace of God, the children will be back home safely. Today they are back home safely. And of course, this issue, like I said, is an isolated incident. By the grace of God, I will never, ever experience this kind of situation again in Kaduna, by the grace of God.
So I was going to ask you, what are the guarantees, the assurances that this sort of thing will not repeat itself? We must have learned something as a people, as a government, and as a nation that these sort of things should not repeat itself. Are there any guarantees, any process put in place, any structure that is being put in place so that this kind of thing does not happen again?
Yeah, because we realized that in the whole of Kaduna, this incident, we have about 3 local governments that are really the frontline local governments that have this kind of security problems. That is Benogwari, Chukun, your local government in particular. Then, of course, and some local governments like Kachi local government in particular. So these are the local governments. And what have we done? We sit down with the entire security structures, both the Navy, the Air Force, the Army, the police, the DSS. We now have a team. And of course, we traditional rulers of those areas with the members of the State Assembly, as well as the local government chairmen. We also encourage them to deepen their intelligence because the security really also needs support. What happened is that most of those people in the local areas, particularly at the local government level, at the ward level, are not really working closely with the security agencies. That was why we have this problem of intelligence gathering and sharing with the security agencies. But the security agencies are really working extremely hard in Kaduna. So we have learned our lesson, and by the grace of God, this incident will never happen. You know, remember last week, by the grace of God, these children will return back home safely. Yeah. Here they are home. Now I'm assuring by the grace of God, we will certainly work closely with those at the grassroots. Because let me even draw attention to what happened in Kajuru local government. You know, recently there was an incident in Kajuru local government that some media went to the press saying that 87 people were kidnapped. And I can tell you today, sitting here, most of those people have returned home. The military have initially brought about 16 of them back. Only a few days ago, more than half of them are back home. So now we realize that we don't even have up to 10 people there out because most of those numbers were wrong.
Then can we make sure, as a governor of a state, you need records of people? This is why we talk about census. We know the records, we know where they are, the school should provide records and evidence of what you're saying. Because just saying, oh, the figures are they are 187 and less than what, that's not enough. The guy went to detail. He said 100 children, primary school, 187 in secondary school. We hope what you're saying is correct. We hope so. We hope that it doesn't come out later on that, actually, there's actually more. We hope so. But more to the point, the security vote. What are you guys doing with the security vote that you guys get? That's what we'd like to know. We'd like to know what you guys are doing with the security vote. Because it should be no area of the nation should be easily infiltrated, accessed by the bandits. None. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. You've had the governor. We could go on and on and on, but I just wanted to just bring that on. So he's now assured us, Governor Ubasani said they were 137, not 287. That's what he said. What are your thoughts? Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll back later on. Thank you and bye for now. Please don't forget, subscribe to Season A. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification button, give us thumbs up, and help us reach more people. Thank you very much. Thank you and bye for now. Please don't forget, leave a comment. Let's hear from you. You're watching Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll back later on. Thank you and bye for now.